So again, here had a lot of rain, so I pumped out the puddle again, and now we can start digging. But first we're gonna clean up a bit because I got yellow sand all over again because of the rain. What we want to do here is to dig in the big tiles that we got of a square meter, because somehow we need to make the foundation look nice. Since this is poured raw in the sand, it doesn't look that nice. So we're gonna tidy that up by digging this trench and putting these tiles in. Alright, so now we have a nice ditch. I leveled it out, so it's exactly 1 meter under level, and that's where our edge is gonna start. So I think this is gonna look nice if we finish it. So that's progress again, and now it's just about getting these tiles in and then fixing it up so it's starting to look nice. And it's nice to have something that would be finished.
De Belastingdienst daar graag bij met het webinar voor starters. Woensdag 25 juli.
So we have made this wall here, and this looks super clean, so I'm really happy on how this one worked out, and I think this is the best solution to make it look like this, as this is looking really nice. It's perfect flat, so it's a cheap solution, but it also looks really clean, so I like it. With that paint on, this looks super professional, so I really like how it turned out. So I filled this up nicely with the excavator. Now I brought my grading board so we can grade the garden a bit, so it becomes a bit more level. The excavator can do that too, but with the board it's just pushing really hard. It doesn't like that. So on the other hand, with the tractor it goes really nice, it cuts in really smooth, and I don't make tracks everywhere. So having tractor tires to drive over seems a bit better to get it perfectly level. I know that one does a real good job in making things level. So let's get that done. This was all closed with some blocks, but they weren't sitting that nice, so I asked our contractor to close this up nicely, and he's gonna do that tomorrow as he's gonna do some masonry work anyway. So that seems to make a lot of sense to let him do that kind of work, and I know he's doing a good job, so I will know it will look pretty, even if you're never gonna see it again, because it's the back wall of the toilet where we're gonna put tiles in front. So yeah, we're gonna build the toilet room. So I bought these nice blocks to build it with, and now I need to make a line where our wall is gonna go. So these green pillars, they are gonna form the line where I can put a tiny rope, and then I can follow that rope to make sure everything is becoming straight and flat, and that makes a really nice wall. So we're first adjusting these beams to make sure that we are able to make a straight line with the cord that I'm gonna tension between it. Alright, so the first layer of bricks is in. I need to let these cure for at least 1 day, and then we can continue, and the rest is going with glue, because I had to use cement for these, because they need to sit tightly on the concrete, and my concrete is not perfectly level, so that's why I need cement on the first layer, and that needs to cure. So I think this is looking pretty nice. The other side is okay as well. I have one issue that my block broke, but I'm gonna glue that with the glue which is meant for it. So I cut a bit out, put some glue in between, and then I can glue that nicely together so you won't even notice that that happened. And it will be just as strong as, I mean, the whole wall is glued, so why wouldn't this be possible? Second thing is I attach every layer to the door, so the door is gonna sit firmly in there. I don't think that will ever fall out. It does have a little bit of a weird edge here, but I think I'm gonna cut that all off so it becomes straight after I'm done, and then we can put some nice wood over it once we're completely done, and I think that will make it look pretty nice actually. So that's how we're gonna do that. On the inside we got even more space, so on the inside we need the wood even more. Maybe I need to put something in front of here first a little bit to fill up the gap, but we will manage that once we're at that point. So slowly but steadily I get a wall here. I still need to glue this in. It's quite some work to get them sewed to the right angles. So I just do it 2 layers at a time, so I can have all my angled blocks ready. And then the angled blocks go in first again for the previous layer, while the flat block is already in. So that one is glued, this one not. This one's also glued already. And this one I still need to make, so I can make that one and I can prepare the next layer on the angles straight away. That way I can get a little bit of speed into this. It's a bit challenging for the first time to get everything perfectly straight. I mean, this one is a few millimeters out on this side, which means on the other side it's a few millimeters in. We have to fix that, but it's the first time that I'm doing this, so I'm learning how to do it, and I don't think it's going too bad. It feels solid, it's mounted in the wall properly, so it should be good. So our toilet wall is coming together. We are now 6 blocks high on that side and 5 here. And that's just because I ran out of the glue and it's the end of the day. Basically it's a Sunday, so we want to head home. But I think it's about 1 or 2 more evenings of work and then we should have a nice toilet room. So that's all going nice. I think for a first time job it's just getting better and better. I mean, the more you go to the bottom, the worse it is. But on top, everything is getting pretty straight now. I just need a little bit of experience on how to do that. So that seems to work quite nice. I also worked that in so that the door can never fall out in either direction. And I think that sits really solid this way. We're also going to continue placing blocks on top of the door so we get a nice and decent bracing there. So it should become really sturdy that way. So the toilet room is completely finished and I really like how this ended up. I mean, we got a nice size toilet room and I really like how I put the door in under 30 degrees as it gives a little bit more space. It's a little bit less in the toilet room, but in the end you don't use the corners in the toilet room, so having the space here makes sense. So that's what that part of the house looks like at that moment, and I think it worked out really nice with the toilet room and the utility cabinet. It's really filling up that space and it still feels really spacious if the door is closed. So if we close the door, then that's a really big space there.